Okay, game dev, I don't know, Unity. This has been kind of messed up already because I did it and I changed the demo scene. So if you have, let's see, it's called Space Combat Kit. So in Space Combat Kit, and again, I'll link in the 2 cubes version of this because it's better and I'm basically just following that up into a certain point. But I don't know, kind of shows how someone would go through all the steps. So you want SCK multiplayer or multiple vehicles, I think. And then let's see. Within this one, there's scene objects. And nope, that's not quite it. Level? Ah, here we go. Okay. So there are some turrets in here that don't get used. They're right over here. And I don't know what they do. Like, I don't know what they would do if you kept them on. Maybe you can use them? Like, there's a little green circle. So, there you go. The turrets get turned off. Keep the floor around. And then I can kind of show the end result here. Well, no, because I think I started deleting stuff. Oh, we'll get there, hopefully. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is bring in the asset for writing. I think it's like writer system. Yep, here we go. External writer controller, I guess is what it's called. And then that guy will go into playership here. And you're going to want to open it and unpack it. Oh, why did this work the first time? Let's see. External writer? There we go. Okay. I don't know the dropping system and the rules there, but for some reason you have to like drop it in underneath the player ship. Oh, I guess it would be changing the prefab of the player ship. Okay, so there's a couple things that happen in the external writer control system. I think you also need to stick the player in there. Um, my player's in there. It's the little penguin and the little panda. Um, let's see. I think you could just, you could, if you wanted to, use the generic one by creating one. Or I think there's a prefab for it that I've never looked up, and I'm pretty sure there's, let's see, player character, change player, change player, change player. What are they usually like? Generic player, custom character? Not sure. I'll look that up next time because I'm pretty sure there's one that you can just drag and drop in for any scene without having to create one. And then a lot of this next stuff, it all kind of happens on the scripts and just kind of dragging and dropping the right things into the right places, which I would have never gotten there on my own. So obviously the tutorial is super helpful. But you can kind of see how easy it is to implement another plugin into the game creator kit. And there's probably multiple ways to do this, but from what I can tell, this is the recommended way. So let's go through that. So I am sort of working backwards here because I didn't want to re-import everything, but this camera and this audio listener from the vehicle camera, those get turned off. And you can see here if I flip it back and on and off, there's some stuff. I don't know if you'd really need the audio listener if you're not really concerned about audio, but why not? Okay, camera position. This piece comes in from the external writer component, and the camera position. Let's see, once you go to main camera in here, you have a couple places where, nope. Okay, so here it is. Once you've got the external writer controller system, there is the box collider that needs to stick around over your ship. Let's see. So we can reset the transform to put it right in the middle of our ship, and then bring these guys out. There's probably like a certain number that probably work perfectly, but we're getting close. And then within this same thing is something in the electronic device script. The only thing I can guess at what this does, once I find it again, device action, device string action. In here, there's a custom distance to use, and I think that allows it so that you can, get in the thing from like further away. I could be wrong. It seems like that's maybe why it's there. Okay, so this part with the camera comes up, and then if we go into the vehicle camera position, so I think this might be a little jacked up here because again I did it and then saved everything, and now I kind of want to do it again. So this is the camera position from the external rider system, and then we want to stick that in under the main camera here, like inside it. Kind of dropped it in the wrong place there. Then once that's in there, I think I messed this one up last time, but we're gonna put the transform right there. So it should be underneath where, or here's the main camera that was there, and now our camera position is in there. And then let's see. So the input system stuff up here, it's going to, and this would all be gone. I'll stop saying that probably, but the player ship stuff has changed. So I'm going to take my ship here, and that's what's going on the input system, player input system. We can touch base on those in a moment. Then some more camera items. So the vehicle camera, we want to have the player ship as the camera target. I think that main camera part comes by default, but there it is. And then the vehicle camera starting target vehicle is also the player ship vehicle, so that'll get dragged in there. Now I think if you did those pieces, it would work, but you would be essentially controlling the character and the ship at the same time. So, and I don't know what'll happen because I'm doing this like halfway for what I put in before. Okay, so the ship gets treated as a device, essentially, is, the word you can use in here, electronic device. And then on the event start stop here is where you'll stick all of the key pieces. And that's turning on and off the ship lander and the space fighter controls. And then the main camera and the HUD are the other piece of that. I think you could turn off the HUD completely, but you definitely want the camera. And so you could do only the on, but you're going to want the on stop too if you ever want your character to get out of the spaceship. So on start using this device, I'm going to add, I'll just do the space fighter controls because I think most people get the idea. So on start of using the device or of using the spaceship, you're going to enable input, and then on stop and take the space fighter controls, and you would go to player input and disable somewhere in here. Enable input, disable input. So you're going to do that for, again, the space fighter controls, the lander, the HUD, and the main camera. Okay, so once you have all of those, again, main camera, HUD, ship lander, ship fighter controls, you should be good to go. Now, there's definitely more stuff you can add, so I'm going to hit play here and fingers crossed this thing is working now. There's definitely, especially if you watch 2Cube's tutorial, he does a couple other things regarding getting in and out and standing next to the ship as you get in and out. Obviously, most important to me was just kind of getting this Panda running up and getting into a spaceship. I'm gonna... Okay, make the little game area here a little bit bigger. There's clearly some things I didn't do right, but I don't know what they are. Okay. So jump in, and E gets you in there. L will get you taking off, and then it the little um let's see, on the left of the indicator is like your speed, and for some reason it just takes off really fast for me. So every time I turn this on, it takes off like amazingly fast, I guess. But there you go. You move it up, and boom, we're in space. And it will make you a little seasick, I think, until you get used to the speed. And I think this is the other piece that you can kind of see here is if we land, and then this is something two cubes cleans up, and then E gets us out. Oh, my panda just takes a dive. All right, well, if it wasn't doing that, then you could kind of see how your character doesn't really get out right next to it originally. So just to recap, you would drag in, if I can get back to seeing it all, you can essentially drag in this external writer control system, unpack it within there. Most of it happens actually on the device settings, I would say. Most of it, treat it like an electronic device. The camera ends up getting stuck into the vehicle camera area, main camera there, and then you kind of reset that over the component of the ship, I guess, the box collider, and then make that large enough that I think that's how you get in there. That going back to where it changed it to, um, you know, electronic device default like 40 or something like that. I guess it's not in this one, but being able to get to it from further away. Device string action, maybe? Yeah, here we go. Custom min distance to use the device, and then I'm changing it. The space kit itself has like kind of a lot. I don't think I'll ever play with most of this. I just needed to get a little panda running and getting into a spaceship because I can only take so much of a penguin that wants to play in a garbage truck. Um, we have like 14 garbage trucks now, and that and our penguin is our best friend. So there we go. I don't know what'll happen next time. Making a spaceship, garbage truck. Maybe we'll do something with like picking up things, particularly trash to put in a garbage truck. That might happen next. And I don't know. I got a list. Find out what seems most fun on the list.